What's up YouTube, Capital G here, checking out the brand new Danger archetype that just got revealed by Konami. This archetype is the one that Jerome McHale was talking about so often at the NAWCQ over the weekend. I did not have really any expectations of the archetype, but oh my goodness, it looks absolutely so fantastic. I think that he hand designed this archetype himself because he was not only talking about Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster, which he didn't really actually go into detail with the effects, but he did say that there was going to be a new version of Graceful Charity. He didn't really specify what archetype it was going to be for, but I guess we now know. We know of the 6 cards in this archetype from what I can tell. I've looked at every single one of them. 5 of the 6 seem incredibly solid, and I really like the design of this archetype. This archetype is very similar to like Dark World or Fabled. It's actually very comparable to Dark World, where the entire archetype works around discarding. All the monsters have an inherent way of special summoning themselves from the hand, and basically any way these monsters get discarded, whether it's with their own effects or with different effects, they basically get effects that make them float. If they special summon themselves to the field of their own effects, then they also float. They seem very incredible, very slick. I think Dark World is going to work so well in this archetype, and I do apologize if this video sounds kind of weird. I'm actually at my my old apartment in Raleigh. I'm only here just to kind of clean it up. It's 1:30 in the morning. I didn't expect to shoot any videos. I have no furniture or anything here. I'm actually standing in my kitchen. I don't even have a chair because it's in my new house at Charlotte. The only thing I have here is literally my laptop and my microphone. So I'm standing in my kitchen because it's the only place to like set the microphone up before I can kind of talk into it. But again, if this video sounds really weird or looks weird, I apologize. I'm not going to do my normal editing just because it would take way too long, and it's already kind of late. It's like 1:30 in the morning. But I've said before that YouTubing is a 24-hour day a job. Wait, 24-hour a day job. There we go. I can't speak now. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the archetype. Try to keep this video not too long, but definitely 10 minutes to get that ad revenue. Kappa. Anyways, we knew about Danger Bigfoot because this was a card that he kind of talked about during the live stream. I assumed that it was going to be the boss monster because he said that this was going to be an aggressive card. So I was like, okay, that might be the boss monster. This is a secret rare, and oh my goodness, the rarities of this archetype are they're just crazy, man. I mean, the field spell looks like it's ultra rare. 2 of the monsters are ultra rare, and then both of these guys are secret rare. So it might not be the cheapest archetype, but it definitely looks like one of the most fun. Okay, so Danger Bigfoot, level 8. It's a dark beast monster. The entire archetype is dark. Almost all the monsters are beasts except Nessie, I think, is aqua. 3,000 attack, 0 defense. I don't care about that defense. 3,000 attack is legitimate. Look at your Boral cards. Look at your, ABC Dragon Buster going all the way back to LOB and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Boss monster being 3,000 attack is definitely good. This is the battering ram for the deck. Now, this first clause is built into every single monster. It's their inherent way of special summoning them. I'm not going to read it every single time. I'm just going to read what I call the true effects, which is each monster's unique effect. This is the effect that's going to change, but I will read the special summon condition because you kind of need to know that to know how to special summon these guys of their own effect. So it says you can reveal this card in your hand. That is the cost. Your opponent randomly chooses 1 card from your entire hand, which makes me think this is a go second deck. Actually, I'm interrupting myself. Then discard the chosen card. Then if the chosen card was not Danger Bigfoot, special summon Danger Bigfoot from your hand, and if you do, draw 1 card. So this is a very cool mechanic in my opinion, because not only does it make it so that none of these high level monsters will ever get stuck in your hand, but basically like it kind of really rewards you for having a big hand and really for going second, right? So you reveal Danger Bigfoot, you tell your opponent that you're trying to summon it, and then if your opponent doesn't choose the Danger Bigfoot, you discard a card from your hand, the card that they choose, but you not only get Danger Bigfoot on the field, but you actually get to draw a card to replace the card that Danger Bigfoot actually, like, the card that you lost to Danger Bigfoot, Bigfoot's effect. So I definitely like that. And then the second effect is really nice because it kind of makes up for if Danger Bigfoot is the card that's chosen. The second effect, the true effect, as I'm going to call call it, is if this card is discarded, so if your opponent is trying to be an ass and they say, oh, I'm gonna mind crush you, Cap G, because you just revealed you're trying to summon Danger Bigfoot, I'm gonna mind crush you. If your opponent, or excuse me, if this card is discarded, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Danger Bigfoot once per turn. So all of their true effects when they're discarded are once per turns. I think that Konami maybe learned their lesson when Dark World won a YCS, and they're thinking about really how easily splashable Dark World will be with this archetype, which I really think is going to happen anyways. This is good because, again, if your opponent does choose Danger Bigfoot, then you basically get to blow up something on their side of the field, and you really don't go neg. But if you don't get Danger Bigfoot, or if they don't get Danger Bigfoot, you just special summon it, and then you get the draw card as well for the card that you actually just lost. And if you lose any of your other danger monsters, they all basically float because they're discarded. Or if your opponent discards like a Dark World monster, obviously those cards can float as well. Next card is Danger Nessie. I got Dark Worlds on the brain now. Danger Nessie is a level 7 Dark Aqua monster, 1600 attack and 2800 defense. Just telling you now, the stat lines outside of Bigfoot are really not that great. I think that these cards are mainly utility, and Bigfoot is supposed to be the card doing damage. I wish that Nessie was actually just level 8. It would be more convenient for like the rank 8 plays. Rank 7s really, you know what I mean? I just wish it was level 8. I think that would have been nicer. Plus, it would have worked for trading, because I can already see you running like Grapha in this deck. Grapha's level 8. That would be, you know, another target for like trading or something like that. Nessie's true effect, and the first effect again is the same. Nessie reveals itself. If your opponent doesn't discard Nessie, you special summon it and then draw a card. Discard whatever card that they picked out of your hand that wasn't Nessie. If this card is discarded, you can add one danger card from your deck to your hand, except another copy of Nessie. It's a hard once per turn. This is beautiful. I talked about this probably 3 times in the last week and a half. Stratos effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are going to be good forever. Plus, this doesn't just let you get monsters, it lets you get spells and traps. So it basically makes it immune to power creep. Like the ceiling is, or the sky really is the limit for Nessie, because it's just so good. I mean, this card can get you their amazing trap card, which we'll talk about last, and it can just get you any future, you know, cards that this archetype is going to get. And since it's a TCG exclusive, we know that it's going to get support for at least 3 booster sets, probably the standard 4 booster sets. Next card is Danger Jackalope. This is a level 3 beast monster, 500 attack and 2000 defense. I told you these monsters are not exactly world beaters. Its true effect is if this card is discarded, special summon one danger monster from your deck in defense position. This one's okay, probably the least powerful of the monsters, just because the monster has to come in defense mode. You really wouldn't want to summon like Bigfoot because it has 0 defense. Most of the time, I assume you're probably summoning Nessie, because you can't get, actually, let's see, yeah, you can't get another copy of Jackalope. So I'm guessing you probably want Nessie just to give you like some field presence. None of these monsters activate when they're on the field, so that's why I think that this is probably the least powerful effect, but hey, it can give you a big defensive wall on the field. Last monster is your Danger Chupacabra. This is a Dark Fiend monster. It is a level 4, 1500 attack, and 400 defense. Don't summon this one in defense mode. I believe this is the Monster Reborn one. If this card is discarded, you can target one danger monster into your graveyard, special summon it. It's a hard once per turn. I love this because it can be special summoned in attack mode. F that freaking for hire card, the one that special summons in defense mode. I love this because basically if Bigfoot goes to the graveyard, special summon your freaking Bigfoot back and ram your opponent to death with a 3000 beater. I'll definitely take a Monster Reborn effect when I can get it. Then we have the field spell. This is the one card that I feel like they whiffed on. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but I don't know. I feel like Jerome was like, look, all the cards can't be good. Let's just give one shitty card. This is kind of the shitty card in my opinion. I don't really think either effect is all that great. It's called Realm of Danger Field Spell. Your opponent cannot target danger monsters you control with card effects during the turn that they were special summoned. I mean, really right now, the main targeting cards in the meta are like Impermanent, Effect Veilers, so I mean, these cards don't do anything when they're on the field, so that kind of takes that away. I mean, maybe if you play against Outergeist, there's like Sequidius, but that's a very niche, you know, like thing to stop because that only works in like one matchup. Honestly, I don't really think that's that good. Now, if it protected them from targeting, period, Okay, now we got something. Now we basically have Spiral Resort. That shit's pretty good. The second effect is once per turn you can target one danger monster you control while you control that face-up monster, and this face-up card, that monster can attack your opponent directly. Also, your opponent's monsters cannot target it for attacks, but it does not prevent your opponent from attacking you directly. This seems really good on paper. Unfortunately, as we just talked about, all these stat lines of the monsters are pretty terrible outside of Bigfoot. I mean, Nessie has 1600 attack. The damn Chupacabra is like 1500. The Jackalope's like 500. You don't even really want to put these monsters in attack mode, let alone be thinking you're gonna kill your opponent with a 1600 direct attack. Like, if you get the effect off with Bigfoot, okay, you got something. That's a 3000 direct attack. I'll take that. But with 3 of the 4 monsters, it's actually just kind of shitty. That's why I don't even think, I honestly probably, I mean, yeah, I'm just looking at this archetype for the first time, but I probably wouldn't even run this field spell because it just seems like it's incredibly mediocre. However, this trap card is fucking ridiculous. This is one of the most powerful cards that we've seen for an archetype in quite some time. Jerome McHale said that they were going to release a new version of Graceful Charity, and he did not freaking lie. This card is nuts. I think this is Danger Zone. Yeah, this is Danger Zone. It's a normal trap, which is searchable from the Loch Ness Monster Nessie. It says draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. That is already Graceful Charity. Once I read that, I was like, I'm about to lose my fucking mind. That is so good. Now, it does say discard 2 cards, including at least 1 danger card. It says, or if you do not have any danger cards in your hand, reveal your entire hand, shuffle it into the deck. It's a hard once per turn. The reason that I believe that they made it so that you shuffle your hand into your deck instead of discarding is the fact that you could activate this card with a whole bunch of Dark Worlds in hand, and basically it'd be just like card destruction. I mean, you wouldn't get to draw any more cards, but I mean, imagine like discarding 5 Dark Worlds out of your hand at once. It would be completely nuts, and that would just be ridiculous. Even without that, this card is still ridiculous because let's just say that you are splashing Dark Worlds in this deck, you're drawing 3 cards, and then you could discard like a Grapha and then maybe like a copy of Bigfoot and blow up 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. I think that this card is going to be 1,000,000,000% a magnet for Ash Blossom, because there's no way in hell I'm gonna let you resolve this effect. Because even if you just have, like, even if you're not playing Dark Worlds, imagine if you just draw 3 cards and then you discard, I don't know, just a Bigfoot to blow one of my cards up, and then you activate you discard a Nessie to search another card. Like, that is such a huge swing of momentum, and especially considering that this card is searchable. The main reason I love this card is because it gives them control over their ability to be able to discard cards. This is their way of just manually picking what cards that they want to discard so that they can activate their effects, and it just gives them a great discard outlet. So I can see this deck being a whole lot of fun, and this is a very good, like, to me, this is a very good core to build off of. I think that when FAs were first revealed, a lot of people like myself, like same thing with Vandreads, we were like, wow, these archetypes are fucking trash. This archetype looks pretty good. 5 of the 6 cards are very legitimate, and I think you already have other engines like Dark World and Fabled that you can immediately splash into this deck. So you guys let me know what you think. Sorry about the quality of the video. I'll try to get better in the future, but thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.